So as we get started today, this video is divided into chapters. If you want to skip at any point, just look at the sliding bar underneath the plating window and you can see the chapters to skip ahead. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. My friends over at yarnspirations.com, continuing our journey on the Sampler Afghan. We're working on the Bobble Florets square today. Just as a point of clarity, I know that people really want me to work my way through this whole thing, which I will, but I'm doing this in between all of the tasks that I have to do. Unfortunately for me, when I launch a video, it does come with a lot of questions that I have to answer, and I also have a lot of email and programming to do. So I'm currently working on a lot of content for fall 2021, so I'm trying to slide these in, and I'm hoping for your understanding on that. This is a really neat one that we're about to do today, and it's got some texture to it, it's got some ribbing, and it's awesome. So you'll need your 5mm size H crochet hook today, and we're going to be moving on in the stitch along, and we're going to be going here on page number 3 with the Bobble Florets, and there is a repeat pattern once you understand it, and we'll go through all that too. So let's get our yarn and let's get ready to. So using a 5mm size H crochet hook and the yarn of choice, you're going to just start with a slip knot and you're going to chain 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and go all the way to 26 for me, and meet me back here in just a moment. Once you have 26 on here, we're going to start with row number 1. Second chain from the hook, please go onto the back hump of the chain, so count back, so 1 and 2, turn it over and get the back hump, and I want you to place 1 single crochet in each chain going all the way across, and this will give you a chain count of, or sorry, a stitch count of 25 single crochets. So please single crochet in the back hump of the chain all the way back to the other side, and we'll meet you back here on row number 2. Once you get to the end of the row, please turn your work, and we're going to begin row number 2. 2 and alternative rows like 2, 4, 6, 8 are all going to be the same instructions. So the alternative row is going to be that. So I'm gonna say at the end when we do like row 3, I'm gonna say please do a repeat of row number 2, which is the alternative. So this is what it's going to do. So the alternative number 2 and alternative rows are just chain 1, and you're going to single crochet in each stitch going all the way back across. Hard stuff, right? So just do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll start row number 3 in a moment. I'm at the end of row number 2. We're gonna turn our work and begin number 3, and we're going to take our time because number 3 is when we're going to get all of the texture starting to happen. So there's a big set of instructions. Do not panic. We will get through it together, and let's begin row number 3. Let's take our time and get ourselves set up for row number 3. Once you get row number 3, all of the ribbing will be very, very easy to see in the future. So it's the florets that are going to have us counting probably the most. Let's begin number 3 by chaining 1, and we're going to single crochet in the first one and the next 4, so there'll be 5 in a row. So starting with the first one, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the next one is going to be a front post double crochet, and it's going to be down 2 rows below. So we're gonna sink on down. If you're not sure, you can just count the stitches across on that row to be able to check it, but it's approximately right here. So follow it straight on down right there, and you're going to do a front post double crochet, and that's going to count as the stitch that it's sitting in front of. So it's gonna count as this stitch even though we're not gonna technically use it, and then we're gonna single crochet in the next stitch after that. And then we're gonna jump down again. So we're gonna jump down, front post double crochet, and jump down again, and there should be a stitch that is separating it. Do you see there? This one. So there's 2 in a row, and that's what you're going to do for there. Now we're going to start with doing our florets. So what we have to do for that is that we are going to single crochet now the next 4 in a row. So that counts as the one that is sitting in front of. So this one here, it counts as that. So don't start there, start here. It's the second one over, and you're going to single crochet 4 in a row. And now the next one is going to be a lot of stuff going on here, and what we want to do is we want to do that puff stitch. So to do that, we need a total of 11 loops on the hook before you actually begin the fun stuff. So to do that, in the very next stitch right here, you are going to apply this puff stitch. So to do that you're going to yarn over and going into the stitch and pull through. So you can see that there's 3 loops, yarn over, do it again and pull through, and now there's 5 loops, yarn over and going in, and now there is 7 loops, yarn over again, and now you got 2, 4, 6, 8 and 9, and yarning over again. And did you see how many times you had to do that? It was 5 times. So we have all of this here. There's a total of 11 loops. So what we need to do is that we need to yarn over it, pull through everything but the final one. So just wiggle its way through and then yarning over, pulling it through the final 2 to lock that into position. And now we're starting in the very next stitch. Keep this tight, tight, and single crochet and keep it tight. Like I'm being serious as a heart attack with that. So keep it tight so it'll keep this bobble popping out, or sorry, this puff stitch popping out. So you got the first one and then the second, the third and the fourth. So there's balance between these ridges. So now we're going to do a front post double crochet, and if you're not sure just look on down. You're going to do a front post double crochet 2 rows below, and that counts as a stitch that it's sitting in front of, so don't count that one and immediately go to the next one available to you. It's a single crochet, and then you're going to jump on down again. So a front post double crochet straight on down, and there should be a stitch that is separating it. Now if your stitch counts are right, that counts as the one that is sitting in front of, there should only be 5 stitches left, and there is. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and that's what it looks like. So when I originally did it I wasn't as tight here as I should have been, and so it was kind of lazy and kind of sinking in, so if it's tight it'll pop. You're going to turn your work and let's begin an alternative row. And alternative row is what we talked about, and so the alternative row, this is technically number 4, so just chain up 1 and single crochet yourself all the way back across. Remember that the stitch counts, there's always 25 single crochets always going back, so make sure that you have that count, and if you're confident and you don't need to count it, then all the power to you. Single crochet all the way across, and then I'll pick you up and we'll start row number 5 together. We're now beginning row number 5. So these front post double crochets are always going to be in the same spot, so you don't have to worry about counting too much there. What is really changing here is the floret. So this time there will be 2. There will be 1 on each side, so 1 here and 1 here, and there's always 5 stitches before you get to the front post double crochet and 5 stitches after. So just think about consistency. Let's chain up 1 and we're going to single crochet the first 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and so the next one is a front post double crochet around the existing front post double crochet there, and so just going right in and pick it up, and this will keep that ribbing. That counts as the stitch it's sitting in front of, so don't count that one and just go to the next one to single and then jump on down again. So front post double, and so it carries on that. So now we have to continue along here, and it says that we need to do a single crochet then in the next 2. So don't count the one that it's sitting in front of, so start in the next one. So 1 and 2, and this is where we're gonna put our first puff stitch. Do you remember we have to wrap that 5 times and continue to go in. So wrap and in, pull through, so there's 1, wrap and in, that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Lots on the hook. Pull through everything but the final, and tight, 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 and continuing to be tight. You're going to continue. We have to get the next one over here somewhere, and that we're going to do puff stitch, and so we're going to just single crochet starting in the next one. Make sure the first one going in is tight, tight, tight. So 1, 2 and 3, and then we have the next puff stitch. So wrap and in 5 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pull through everything but the final, pull through the 2 tight, 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 and then there's only 2 stitches left. So the first one, make sure tight, 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 1 and then 2, and then you're just gonna jump on down. So come on down for the front post double crochet, keep it consistent. You know that there's a single crochet between them, so single crochet the next and coming on down. And how many stitches are left after that last one? So don't include the one it's sitting in front of, but there should be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, there you go. And you're gonna turn your work and do an alternative row, so it's just chain 1 and single crochet yourself all the way back. That was row, this is row 6 now, so I'll meet you back here on row number 7 in just a moment. Let's start row number 7. Row number 7 is the same as number 3, which is the puff stitch in the middle. So I'll still take you through anyway, because you know you want to. So we're gonna chain up 1 and you're going to do the first 5. So I'm just gonna speed up because it's what we already know. So we'll do the first 5. And then you're going to jump on down and pick up those front post double crochets. You'll single crochet between them and then jumping on down. That counts as the one it's sitting in front of, so you're just gonna single crochet the next 4. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the next one is it should be in line. The next one is the puff stitch, so we're gonna wrap 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pull through everything but the final, and then tight, 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 and then you'll single crochet the next 4 in a row. So the first one, make sure it's tight. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then jumping on down. So come on down for this front post double. There's a single between them, and come on down for the next one, and then there's 5 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and turn your work. This is row number 8, so just chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches back, and I'll meet you back here for number 9 in just a moment. In row number 9, what we're going to do is straight across. We'll still maintain these jumping down ones, the front post double crochet, but there's no puff stitch here in the middle. So let's do number 9. You're just gonna chain up 1 and you'll single crochet the first 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Come on down and do that double crochet, front post double crochet, single between them, and come on down again. So this time there is 9 single crochets that are just going across before jumping on down. That counts as the one it's sitting in front of, so start in the next one. So we have 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And now we're gonna come on down and do the front post double crochet. So 1 and sorry, you can't do 2 in a row like that. You have to put a space, so you put a single between them, and then you have 5 left over, so that counts as the one it's sitting in front of. So starting in the next one, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we're gonna turn our work and do row number 10, which is an alternative. So just chain 1 and single crochet all the way back across, and we're gonna come right back because the repeat of the pattern has now been almost completed, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So just finished up at the end of row number 10. So row number 11, and if you look at the pattern it says repeat the 9th row. So you can just go back and use the time marker in the video to go back to the 9th row. Then you're going to do the 12th row, which will be the same as the 2nd row, which is your alternative row. Then you have to repeat rows number 3 through 12 once, and then rows 3 through 9 once, and then fasten off. That's it. So just look at the pattern and just repeat that back if you just need to know what that sequence is. And what that will do is that it will take you all the way to the top of this. And so when you look at it from this perspective, you will see 3 sets of these florets right here, and that's when you're gonna finish off. And then the video will then go into the particular border which has been filmed separately. So that's it for today. Just do your repeats, fasten off, and we'll see you next time as we continue our journey through the Sampler Afghan with our friends at yarnspirations.com. Have a good one. Bye bye.